I wish there was a way to kill me on the internet and just like somehow delete everything or just kind of die in a sense and just move on. I like chapters.
Really?
Yeah.
I think just like to
well, it'd be quite
disappear
nice.
would be a nicer way of saying
maybe
it.
close the chapter. But there's no way to do that, which is fine.
Me and Belle Delphine have quite a lot of history, but we'll get into that as we progress through the video, I'm sure. It's been a while since I've even teetered on the subject of our world-renowned internet sensation. You might know her as Belle Delphine. I know her as Satan Spawn. I'm joking. We're here to give Belle Delphine her utmost flowers and condolences for losing a hell of a lot of money. So if you're not aware of who Belle Delphine is, she took the internet by storm in roughly about 2018, 2019 with a whole variety of silly-faced antics that I am not going to do here. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. There you go. I'm not doing it. Not even for a laugh. You're probably also aware of the time when she sold her own bathwater to her ever-growing audience of prepubescent teens and old men with way too much time and money. At this time, she had a massive influx of cash injected right into her PayPal account, or so you would think. She also was a pioneer of utilizing a subscription-based service, otherwise known as Patreon, which then turned into something that rhymes with money bands. She was a pioneer in showing herself in many variety of ways for your hard-earned cash. Now, at this time, all this idea was quite foreign to us, but now it's pretty much the norm. Who is paying $30 for gamer girl Belle Delphine bathwater? Belle Delphine, 19, a social media star with an enormous global following, was mocked for the sale, but it sold out quickly.
That it sure did.
And you should ask yourself, what could possibly go wrong from selling your own bathwater? That seems like a mega idea if you've got the credentials and the confidence to pull that off. Well, at the time, it was a widely talked about subject.
You can see it's quite musky, it's quite cloudy if I drink the bathwater.
Many outlets commented on how odd it was that this gamer girl, Belle Delphine, was selling her own bathwater to lonely men, and it was quite the fad, and it propelled Belle Delphine to unknown heights of fame, and I'm sure that compensates for what we're about to find out here. You might have also noticed this insane social media promotional run, even garnering attention from the likes of PewDiePie. And subsequently, this led to this crazy new business venture, which rhymes with money bands. But her latest promotional prospects lead her all the way to the infamous Louis Theroux, who is known for his documentaries, his TV show appearances. He's very sought after, and he's also known as a national treasure over here in the UK, and he's known for that one song that sort of blew up on TikTok.
See, my money doesn't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I wanna see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me wanna dribble dribble, you know.
Well, in this mighty union of the two worlds, Louis Theroux invited Belle Delphine on his very own podcast, in which some very interesting details were revealed about the behind-the-scenes goings-ons of Belle Delphine. It was revealed that she has an other half, boyfriend, partner, manager, and that they've been together for quite a few years, plotting and scheming, and their business partnership has led to some very interesting products. Beyond just her bathwater, she and her associate have recently put together a kind of strange doll, which I'm not going to get into, because I want to retain my monetization on this video. But you can probably guess what it is and what it's for. That isn't even out of the norm for Belle Delphine. It's interesting to watch this thread come to its ultimate conclusion, because she's always had an obsession with the odd, eerie thing, all the way from scary Annabelle dolls to taxidermy horrors. Alas, how can we fault our favourite Belle Delphine? Some might say that she pioneered a wave for an entire generation of e-girl and aesthetic. For better or for worse, I'll let you decide. But genuinely, she was doing all this kind of stuff before it was cool.
Down, lazy reason here to spill the real tea. You're trying to beat the week from spot on number one, but you in the air you lose, so best think you haven't won.
Thank you, Belle Delphine, very cool.
Now I can use her in the thumbnail for millions of extra views. Thank you, Belle Delphine. This is a blessing. Also, thanks for not striking my thumbnails. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Belle Delphine is loved amongst the YouTube community because she plays ball with everyone and she allows everyone to get a little piece of the pie. She's created this conglomerate synergy for herself, and she is kind of part and parcel of what would happen if you were to stumble on the internet. Again, for better or for worse, I'll let you think about that one. Season 2, Episode 5 of the Louis Theroux podcast brought to light a completely new side to Belle Delphine, in my opinion. And I had yet to truly see beyond the fact that she has made millions out of lonely men. And in this interview, we see how methodical and just put together Belle Delphine's whole process in igniting this business empire was with her business partner / boyfriend. We can see how well thought about these viral moments were, all the way from the bathwater to the strange squid to the strange taxidermy things to the weird music videos. Everything that Belle Delphine's done, it was all done very methodically. Let's just say that. But one of the most horrific marketing tactics stemming from her dead animal / taxidermy obsession was living with this squid and documenting it whilst being quite promiscuous. The grind is truly respectable though, and the work ethic is yet to be matched by any other ego I've seen on the scene. Alas, all of this success did not come without its hiccups. Selling her bathwater seemingly led to an obscene amount of profit. She was actually legally reprimanded by her distributors because she did not correctly label or package the information with the correct biohazard information, for a lack of a better term. But that wasn't actually the worst of it all. Belle Delphine has recently shared a tweet as to what happened during this whole bathwater business escapade, and whereas we think that she was just rolling in the dough specifically from this one business sorry, I don't know what to call it. Venture. We all thought that she was rolling in the dough, seemingly from this one business venture, but it turns out, no, she wasn't, because PayPal, being the PayPal people that they are, they decided that, no, that's our money, actually. And Belle Delphine has finally come out, after a couple years, to basically reveal what really happened to all those profits. Since it's been a couple years now, I can finally share the biggest L I've ever taken. Not only did I not earn any money from selling my bathwater, I in fact lost money doing it. At PayPal, without any warning, closed my PayPal account and took the 90 grand that I had earned from selling my bathwater. There was nothing I could do. I tried phoning them up and they just said, sorry, nothing we can do. I knew it would be a better news story to say I made so much money from selling my bathwater, so I just kept this a secret. Ultimately, I'm still glad I did, since it was a really funny time on the internet, and I still did mail out the bathwater people brought for me, which I did all by myself. So, F PayPal, I guess? No, yeah, that is such a terrible and sad situation. Mate, PayPal need to cough up, man. You can't just, like, that's someone's hard work and you've just stolen it all. Now, the reasoning for PayPal taking 90 grand is because she apparently broke one of their TOS, and each time you break a TOS, you receive a minus 2,500 penalty. So each payment of bathwater that went through was a break of TOS, which resulted in minus $2,500 every time without me realizing. They wouldn't tell me which PayPal rule I broke and wouldn't give me any more information because of security risk. So I don't know if it's because they don't allow S workers to use their platform, or if it's because of a specific issue with me selling the bathwater. Regardless, not even knowing felt poo. Now, I can imagine. PayPal have always done stuff like this, and genuinely, I just feel like they need to cough up. Like, that's just, it's just horrible. I hope Belle Delphine, like, pursues some kind of legal action or something, because they won't even tell you what TOS you broke. And some might say, we shouldn't feel too bad for Belle Delphine. Isn't she a millionaire? Yes, you're correct. She is. she is. In this article published on the 20th of February 2024, Belle Delphine says she made £5 million from her first money band scene. In this article it says, Delphine admitted that she consistently changed how far she was willing to go, even though she said she never thought she'd go this far. But then, she did release a full scene on money bands when she was at her peak in 2020. I knew that I had the most eyes on me on the internet, and I was right. That's why I did all those podcasts, because I knew it was the biggest I was ever going to be. I needed all eyes on me to really push this video that I was going to sell. And it really did sell. The Queen of the Simps explained she knew that if she did the video, she'd be able to buy her dream house, which she now has from going, well, all the way. Apparently, that one scene from Money Bands made Delphine around 5 million. She assured Louis Theroux that she's being for real, but while she's absolutely raked in the cash from it, she does think it's quite a poo video. Now, it's so interesting to get this kind of look behind the scenes of how sort of, again, methodical or well thought out Belle Delphine's rise was. And the fact that she had the foresight to see that, yeah, this is the most famous I'm ever gonna be, I need to cash out on it, is nothing but smart, really. It's like, fair enough. 5 million, your own house, yeah, wise move. But unfortunately, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, because you can make all the money in the world and you can have everything you could ever possibly want. But unfortunately, her parents, they quote unquote disowned her. While everything seemed extremely lucrative, as we explained before, this didn't help relationships with her parents, specifically her dad, where Belle's father, who still resides in her native country of South Africa, was at the time still the only member of her family who didn't know about her line of work. And when he visited her in the UK, that's when he found out the truth. And he also found it quite suspicious that she could buy herself a house. And quote unquote, I think it was that evening or the next day where he just went wild, she recalled. He went crazy. The messages he was writing, it was just horrible. But he's always been like that, so it's not something I wouldn't have expected. Poor Belle Delphine, man. That's kind of horrible. It's like, you finally get the thing that we hold most high in this society. You finally get all the money, you get all the fame, and then it really is hard hitting. It really is. Even in her childhood, Belle said, there was no aspects of raising children that my father seemed to enjoy. My childhood was very much tiptoeing around my dad. But now, Belle Delphine says she's not really interested in the whole fame aspect of it anymore. And she says when everything's run its course, she'd just like to leave it and disappear. Interestingly, she also said that one day she knows that she'll feel uncomfortable with all of her content out on the internet. And she gives insight into some of the psychological aspects of being someone on money bands. But at the same time, she feels a sense of gratitude and says she feels lucky to be able to do crazy things and have the world react to it. She said there's definitely some enjoyment in that, even if it's sometimes a little scary. She says she gets a bigger reaction with her weirder content, but she thinks that's only possible because she makes risque content on the side as well. This is all very mad to get this kind of insight into the inner workings of Belle Delphine's mind, and to see and watch her just sit down in front of such an astute person as Louis Theroux and really see him pick her brain. It's like, oh, it's so easy to see that like all of this was an act and everyone pretty much got played. And it's very interesting to see where the business smarts can take you. Perhaps maybe those business smarts should have been used for something else, in her own opinion. But alas, there's nothing you can do now except perhaps close this chapter and end. Yo guys, if you're enjoying this video, please be sure to like, comment and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. This is quite of an odd one to come back to for me, because basically I used to have a channel back in the day, and Belle Delphine was the last commentary video I ever did. and returning back to it with all of these new insights and realizing like, oh, Belle Delphine is pretty much the same age as me. It's quite interesting to go through life with these differing perspectives, because I've never been on money bans. I haven't made 5 million or, you know, lost 90k from selling my own bathwater, and to be able to look at all this stuff in retrospect it's very interesting, especially to see her now sort of developed brain sort of look at this all in hindsight and see her own opinions on it. It gives insight on perhaps the paths that we should go down in life and what paths to take and what paths to avoid. Oh, this has been one where I really have been pondering even going back to or sinking my teeth in as to see where it takes me and repeating these cycles, or see how mapped out life is and how cyclical everything we do really is. But yeah, no, to end this on just a lighter note, I hope everyone is doing well, and comment down below if you do remember the old channel and you do remember my very first Belle Delphine video. I'd love to see who's returned and who remembers and who's still here. I feel like it would be quite the reunion. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. If you've enjoyed this, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, thank you for watching if you're new. Thank you for watching if you're returning from the old times before. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.